Hi, I'm Greg Perry with Windermere Real Estate, and we're here on Education Hill in Redmond looking at a home with Jim Dixon, who is a real estate agent like me. However, his focus for the last several years has been assisting both sellers and real estate agents get homes that are in really good neighborhoods but cosmetically tired, ready for market. So Jim, thanks for coming here today.
It's my pleasure.
And well, Jim, tell us how you help people and what it is that you do to help people get their homes ready for market.
Well, briefly, first I've done about 20 flip properties on my own, which means I have to fix the house for a reasonable cost and to get top dollar for the house. So I've done a lot of that, and I've also owned about 25 rental properties. But what I've been lately doing is helping people get their homes ready for market that are, like you said, Greg, tired or needing some updating so that they can spend the amount of money that they need to not only get that money back but get more money. Because I've found that the buyers today are not looking for fixers. They're looking for homes that look nice and they can walk in and be ready to move into.
So in your experience, if a seller is willing to invest a little bit of money getting the home ready for market, they generally do better when it comes time to sell their home. Is that correct?
I would say they always do better.
They always do better.
We've done a lot of jobs for people at Windermere and RE/MAX and different jobs, and I can tell you every time, not only have the homes sold faster than the average house out here, much faster, but also they get more money. They got their money back. Recently we had a gal who just wanted to break even, and we put some money into the house. That was a reasonable amount of money for the house, and she called me. She was overjoyed because not only did she get her money back that she spent, but she got a bonus of $18,000 on top of that.
Okay, that's excellent. Well, what I'd like to do is follow you through the house and let you give us your ideas on what it's going to take to get this home ready for market.
Okay, great. I'd love to do that. I'm always here to help people.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay, Jim, we're here in the kitchen. Why don't we start by telling us what you see that needs to be improved here to help get top dollar for this house.
Okay. When I walk into this kitchen thinking about the seller and how I can get them more money for some improvements, the things that come to my mind immediately are, I'll start with the countertops. These countertops here are old. They've got some nicks and different things in the top here. And of course all this old metal and backsplash here is just old, and people don't use this too typically. You'll find a lot of days today people are using a granite countertop, and it used to be that granite was really expensive, but these days it's so economical that you can get it done in this. And I use a company down in Seattle that I can get this done for almost close to what they used to charge for Formica. So this would look just like this. Of course, you can tell the difference if people like it. Now, if someone's budget was that they didn't want to do that, then I would recommend that a Wilson Art or Formica, either brand. And I have people that do this very reasonable these days. And we would take this off, and we would put some kind of a countertop material on like this, and not the old standard one color, but a multicolor these days that is real popular. I just used this in a place recently, and it's one of the most popular ones. And then when we do that, Greg, what we also do here, let me slip this over here. Then we would also, instead of having this old backsplash here, we would have a 4 to 6 inch tile for the backsplash, which updates it. So if we're going to use Formica or Wilson Art, we would always use a tile backsplash to make it more modern looking. Of course, when you use granite, that comes with the granite backsplash. But this really sets it off nicely. And even some of the expensive homes, you'll see that in some of the even 500 plus homes. You'll see some tile backsplash that they've done a really nice job with. So the next thing I would do is, I'm looking at these cabinets here, and I'm seeing that they are themselves old. And so one of the things that I would recommend is, we go to a brushed nickel hinge. We take these old hinges off and we use this brushed nickel hinge, and that looks more modern, and it goes with the stainless steel sinks that we put in these days, and of course it'll even go with chrome. So the other thing is we change this out to also a handle knob or knob, whichever you have, that is also brushed nickel that complements the new hinges. And then lastly, for the cabinets, what we do many times is the cost of replacing the cabinets is much more expensive. So we have done a lot of painting of cabinets. We prime them with an oil-based primer and then a couple of coats of paint on here, and they just look really, really nice. And we'll pick a new modern mocha type color or whatever is going to look good with the linoleum or vinyl that we use and the carpet, and just tie the whole thing together. And that just really updates the kitchen for a real small price compared to, some people think it's $10,000, and it isn't. These cabinets would probably be $800 to have them painted really nicely.
Excellent. What about the sink?
The sink, I would, here again, this is the sink is a stainless steel sink, which is on the modern side, but it's real. This one here is real narrow, so this here would have to be cut out. Bring it down here, and we put your standard 22 by 36 stainless steel sink in. Well, actually not 36, it's 21 by 33.
Yeah.
And then this would be okay, you know, if someone wanted to keep it and didn't want to spend the money. Again, the ledges here, we would paint these white because these are just that old dark look again. The vinyl in this floor looks pretty good, but if for some reason you were in a home that you needed to change, I brought a piece with me, Greg. I've used kind of a newer modern, some people like a little darker and stuff, but I've used something like this. It's kind of, looks like a tile, and it's kind of multicolored. And this really actually goes very, very well. I just used it recently with this. So that combination has been really, really good. And the last 3 houses that we've used it in have sold within 2 weeks. So the other thing that I see in here is the light fixtures. Light fixtures in here, of course, these are those old round bulbs. And we would get some new modern brushed nickel. You can get a builder pack for 2 of them for $20. And we would spend a little bit more money and put one of the bigger base ones here that's about $42. It doesn't take long to install them, but that's something that really needs to be done here. And so, you know, for the kitchen then, it's really going to change this kitchen. The other thing I see in here is this base trim. There's only 2 ways to fix that, and one is to either paint this or what we've been using, and I'll get a piece of this for you, Greg. What I like to use is this Colonial trim here, and it's easy to paint, easy to cut, easy to install. And so a lot of times we'll just get rid of that old stuff. These walls will be painted a nice color, and you'll see a nice white base trim, Colonial there. This is 3 1/4 inch. Sometimes we'll use 2 1/2 depending upon the cost that people can bear. And that just sets all of this off. Turn this kitchen for a small amount of money compared to removing these cabinets and everything into a modern kitchen, and people really like it.